Hello and welcome to Life in Pig Row, and I'm just putting my winter gloves on because today we're out in the garden and I'm carrying on in the veg patch, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be showing you how we do our stone edging. I've done this for years. Any kind of thing that I have to make raised beds I will use if it's in the garden rather than buying stuff in. So as you can see just in the background here, there's my stone edging that's I've already done. This is where I'm doing today. You can see, I've just moved this out of the way. Here is a straight edge. It's a piece of wood and it keeps my edging plumb and square to where I'm going to go to. Yes, you can use string, but I prefer a piece of wood because it's something to rest my stone against while I'm doing it and make sure it's completely 100% vertical. So I've mixed my sand and cement. This is 3 to 1, so it's 3 sand to 1 cement to give me this, which is quite loose. And then all I'm going to do, as you can see, I've got my edge here. There's my piece of stone that I want to go in. I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to put in some concrete. You don't need loads. It's just to hold it in. When the path's in, which will be the height of this, it will hold it all in. And you're doing it by eye, really. So in it goes. And if you want to, you can put a piece of stone, a little piece of stone underneath, just to hold it in place. And that's number one. And then we carry on. Again, lift that up. I want to show you this close up as well so you can see it. And I'm going to pop in this piece of stone, deciding which way around I want it. Just like that. I want it roughly that height, so I'm going to have to pop something underneath because it's not high enough. So I've got a piece of stone, and some more sand and cement, on top of that, and then pop that in. So now I'm going to show you this close up so you can see it. So what I didn't say at the start of the film, that is, this has been trenched a little bit, so I've dug it out at the end of the path. I did this a few months ago and it's settled back down, so all I'm doing is going back, picking the weeds out. And again, close up, in goes the sand and cement. There we go. And in comes my piece of stone that I want, which is this one. And I'm going to force it down. Now, sometimes it's not fully in, so what we do, if I can find it, wherever I've done with it, it's over there. I take a hammer and I knock it down. It will go down into the soil, taking sand and cement with it. Go. And then carry on. My next piece of stone is here, to go there. Again, sand and cement. And in that goes. Now, sometimes they'll tip back, so as I said before, put a piece of stone there. It's not like I'm short of stone. Now, what you want to do afterwards is you want to gather some of this up to the back, and you want to just backfill like that. You're pushing the sand and cement back up against the stone, because the stone does want to move, it will want to shift around. And again, look for pieces of stone to tuck in underneath. If it's shifting, there we go. This is only edging, and I'll show you what it looks like close up when it's finished. Don't worry if you get some weeds in, it's not the end of the world. There we go, like that. Take that in. And I'll show you what to do when it comes to the gaps in between. But first, I'm just going to carry on up the road with it, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Now the edging is done, and you can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove the straight edge just for a moment, and you can see where the sand and cement is. And again, like I did before, I'm going to pop some in, use my spatula tool, and rake it out, and I'm creating really a wedge of cement around the edging, and that stops it from falling over. And now this is how we do between stones. I'm just forcing in the sand and cement. Doesn't have to be perfect. It will weather down really quickly and will look really good within a few years, covered with moss. Once you've pointed along the length, you can cover with plastic bags. Use stone to weigh down on either side and leave the straight edge in to keep the stone edging in place. This will keep the worst of the weather off, and more importantly, allow it to cure over the next 24 to 48 hours. And this is a section that we finished a few days ago, and as you can see, it's completely cured. And the great thing is that this will last for years and years and years. At our old house, we had a section of garden like this, and it's still there today, 25 years later. And so this is the finished edging. And until next time, it's goodbye from me on Life in Pig Row. And take this away from this video today. Use anything in the garden that you have. Recycle it and reuse it rather than buy in. And you can get some wonderful, wonderful gardens.